Cada vez mais difícil. Ai, God. Is this the last video? I wonder. Today's video will try to answer the following question. Is there any way we can be more productive with less effort? Time management is hard. If you really think about it, your planner shows the budget of your time just like a spreadsheet shows the budget of your money. Even if you plan everything perfectly, sometimes you overspend, sometimes you underspend, and sometimes you can actually follow your plan. Also, just like money, managing your time is just like managing your life. And when you know nothing about the productivity world and you're just getting started, managing your time is going to be one of the first things you have to take into account to feel more in control of your life. There are two reasons why you're not achieving the results you want. You're being inefficient while you're working, and you're taking inefficient breaks. So let's start with number one. Usually your work overspills because you're just not able to follow the goals that you set for your working hours in the first place. This happens for two main reasons. You didn't set your goals properly, or you didn't manage your focus properly. Here's the bad news. The traditional Pomodoro method doesn't really work for most people. That's because not everyone is able to stay focused for a total of 25 minutes and actually recharge in 5 minutes. However, though, if you actually adapt the Pomodoro technique to your own natural rhythms and your own working pace, it can have a powerful impact on your productivity. You should establish your work session duration individually instead of following generic rules. Personally, I can work for intervals of 45 minutes and I always need a 15-minute break at least. Here on the screen you can see some of the apps I recommend to track your time, and I'll leave all the details about these three ones in the description box below. But honestly, you don't need any fancy apps to do this. You can literally use your phone or a simple alarm clock and just set those timers to work intervals as well as for breaks. Also remember to ditch the multitasking. Here's the bad news. There is literally no advantage to any form of multitasking. And that's because real multitasking really is not possible. Only computers are able to process information on two different tasks at the same time. What we human beings do is something called task switching, where we basically have our attention flicker from one task to another. This picture here shows brain activity while someone is driving, and the second image shows brain activity while someone is driving while listening to a conversation. So you can really see how multitasking impacts the activity in your brain. All in all, every single time we split our attention between two different tasks, there will be interference in our work. Then you may have one out of two different results. Either your work will lose its quality and you'll lower your performance in that specific task because you're not giving it 100% to each one of them, or you're going to work for much longer and you're going to let your work overspill and you're going to stretch your schedule, and that's because you're trying to accommodate two tasks in the same period of time. This happens even if you are dividing your attention between doing the work that's in front of you while you're chatting via text, or while having a conversation with someone else. Every time you're trying to focus on two things at once, you're stretching the task in front of you, which is the exact opposite of what you should be doing. Also remember that you should plan to plan. You should save time in your calendar to get organized every single day. Planning your tasks beforehand according to priority and energy levels will ensure you can maximize your output while you're working, ensuring you can complete that task as fast as possible. So make it a ritual to sit down with your planner or other organization tool and just look at the work you're currently involved in and remember to check those milestones. So remember that planning your day and your week should have an integral part. No. So remember that scheduling and planning your day and your week should be an integral part. Should be an integral part. So remember that scheduling your week and your day should be an integral part of your routine. And it basically should have its own place on your task list and your calendar. So yeah, that means basically you should be scheduling when to schedule something in your calendar. It's something I like to think as the meta concept of making time in your day to make more time in your day. Also remember to start with high leverage tasks. Look at the full range of tasks and projects you have to complete today and pick the most important first. Start working right away on the tasks that produce the largest amount of results. This will provide you with momentum, give purpose to your day, and ensure you utilize as much energy as possible for your most important tasks. If you're more of a night owl or someone who has a peak of energy in the afternoon instead of in the morning, use this time to work on your high leverage tasks instead. What's important is that you're using your peak productivity time for these tasks and not the other way around. When in doubt, break more often and longer. Remember that breaks are productive too, as long as they're controlled and they fit your schedule perfectly. Breaks help you recharge. They ensure you can dedicate 100% of focus to your next block of work, which ensures that work will be completed in a shorter time and with better quality. So remember, you're not lazy when you're breaking, you're actually being really smart. And the trick here is to have truly enjoyable breaks instead of using this time to mindlessly scroll through your phone. There's so many things you can do during a 10-minute break. You can do weightlifting. I meant you can take a power nap. You can go for a nice 10-minute. You can take a power nap. You can take a nice 10-minute walk. You can go and refill your water bottle or have a nice conversation with someone for 10 minutes. There's so many things you can do during that small amount of time that will make you feel way better when you start your work again. Breaks also help divide your day, so you can define when is it time to work on something, stop that task, and start a new one. Overall, they help you dictate when it's time to move on to the next thing, which is very helpful when you're trying to work for less hours than usual. Finally, remember to start your workday in the same way every single day. Remember that your brain loves to know exactly when and how to shift mindsets during the day, and it perfectly remembers the kind of focus levels and your train of thought when it recognizes certain triggers in your environment. So to provide yourself with momentum, to help yourself get into the mood to start working as fast as possible so that you can shorten the amount of time you're spending at your desk, make sure your brain can quickly recognize the signals that it's time to start working and be focused. And you should be the one providing those signals and those triggers. So creating a solid environment in your workplace, in your home office desk, or any kind of corner you use to do your work is really important to achieve this. So here are a few examples on how you can accomplish this. You can start your workday at the same time every single day. You can start your workday every day with the same playlist, even if you switch it in an hour or so. You can start your workday every day with the same drink. And you can start your workday every day with the same tasks, such as checking email, writing down a to-do list for the day, or filling up your water bottle. And if you're interested in learning more about coding, as I suggest in this video, learning by doing is the only real way that information is going to get consolidated properly. And you can learn about programming by taking a computer science fundamentals course, which teaches you all you need to know to start learning even more. And you can take the Computer Science Fundamentals course on Brilliant.org, who's kindly sponsoring today's video. Brilliant has thousands of lessons from foundational and advanced math to AI, data science, neural networks, and more, with new lessons added on a monthly basis. Brilliant is an interactive learning platform that teaches about math, science, computer science, and many other subjects. The whole concept behind Brilliant is to allow you to be very hands-on, so you can learn a lot of new things without ever having to memorize entire textbooks. If you want to learn more, you can try out Brilliant for free for 30 days, and if you're one of the first 200 people to click the link down below, you'll get a 20% discount off your annual premium subscription. For this, all you have to do is visit brilliant.org/Mariana to get started on your learning journey. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.